A light bulb has failed and you have noticed. This is how it begins. This instructional walkthrough on how to change a light bulb assumes the bulb has already stopped working and that you have arrived here after asking broader questions, such as how to change a light bulb without altering your relationship with gravity, or how to remove a broken light bulb without making it memorable. This is not a quick tutorial. It is a methodical process. It will take exactly as long as it needs to, and you will not rush it. Step 1. The pre-change ceremony. Establishing control over electricity. First, locate the light switch associated with the failed bulb. Turn it off. Yes, the bulb is already off functionally, but there is a difference between off and off on purpose. One indicates failure, the other indicates leadership. If the fixture is plugged into a wall outlet, unplug it. Do not simply switch it off and assume it will behave. Electricity is polite until it isn't. If the fixture is hardwired, turning off the switch is the bare minimum. For anything that requires you to put your hand deep into a socket, especially if the bulb is broken, you may also want to turn off the breaker. This is not an admission of fear. It is an investment in having 10 working fingers for the rest of your plans. Now wait for the bulb to cool. A bulb can be burned out and still hot. This is one of its final acts of defiance. While waiting, consider this moment. You are about to replace a failed artificial sun. Treat it accordingly. Step 2. Identifying what you're actually replacing. Not all light bulbs are the same. Some are obvious. Some have opinions. Your first task is to identify 3 things. 1. The bulb type. A19, BR30, PR38, GU10, candelabra. 2. The base type. Screw base, bayonet, pin base. 3. The requirements of the fixture. Dimmable or not, enclosed or not, integrated, LED or not. A quick, calm reminder about shapes. Standard household bulb, often A19, the classic shape that says, I belong in a lamp and in children's drawings. Recessed light bulbs, BR30, BR40, PAR. Wider flood shapes designed to sit politely in the ceiling and pretend they are not a device. GU10, a twist lock bulb, often used in recessed or track lighting, frequently LED, and always ready to make you question your grip strength. Candelabra, smaller bulbs, usually in decorative fixtures and ceiling fans, where the fixture wants to be elegant. Lumens versus wattage. The calm translation. Wattage is how much power the bulb uses. Lumens are how bright it is. This matters because modern bulbs, especially LEDs, use fewer watts to produce the same brightness. So if you grew up thinking 60 watts means normal light, you are not wrong, you are just from an earlier time. A typical 60-watt equivalent LED is usually around 800 lumens. A 100-watt equivalent might be around 1600 lumens. If your goal is to see clearly, choose lumens. If your goal is to honor tradition, stare wistfully at wattage, and then choose lumens anyway. E26 verse E27, the base compatibility that haunts people. Many household screw-base bulbs in the US are E26. In many other regions, especially Europe, you'll see E27. They look nearly identical. This is by design. The difference is E26 is a 26 millimeter diameter screw base, and E27 is a 27 millimeter diameter screw base. That 1 millimeter can matter. The correct approach is not to force it. The correct approach is to accept that you live in a world where 1 millimeter can ruin your evening. A necessary interruption. Kelvin and the color of reality. Brightness alone is not enough. A room can be perfectly illuminated and still feel deeply incorrect. This is not a failure of lumens. This is a Kelvin problem. Kelvin describes the color appearance of the light, not its brightness. This distinction matters because humans are emotional creatures pretending to be practical. The wrong color temperature will make food look suspicious, faces look unfamiliar, and entire rooms feel like they are being interrogated. Light color is measured in degrees Kelvin, a unit that sounds scientific because it is. The lower the number, the warmer the light appears. The higher the number, the closer you get to a cool lighting that suggests paperwork. Choose carefully, because the room will remember. Step 3. Removing the light bulb. At this point, you have turned off the power and identified the bulb. This places you ahead of a statistically significant portion of the population. You may now proceed to the part that looks simple and quietly isn't. Position yourself directly beneath the fixture using a ladder or step stool that does not sway, roll, or whisper doubts about your decisions. Not a spinning chair, not a rolling stool. This is not a will probably work situation. If the fixture is attached to a ceiling fan, ensure the fan is fully stopped. A ceiling fan that is almost stopped is not stopped. It is considering its options. Carefully remove any glass covers or shades and place them somewhere they cannot make independent decisions. Look up at the bulb. This is the last moment it will be part of your ceiling. Gently wrap your hand around it. Do not grip tightly. The bulb is glass, and glass interprets enthusiasm as hostility. Turn the bulb counterclockwise. This direction has been agreed upon by society and should not be challenged now. Use slow, even pressure. If the bulb resists, pause. This is normal. It has lived here for a long time and believes it still belongs. If the bulb does not respond to turning, do not escalate. Some bulbs are not removed by unscrewing, but by pressing, twisting, pulling, or combinations thereof, depending on the fixture's expectations. Once it loosens, continue removing until it disengages completely. Lower the bulb carefully. Do not drop it. Dropping it transforms a calm procedure into a loud one and introduces cleanup, regret, and narrative complications. Place the bulb somewhere stable, not the edge of a counter, not your pocket, somewhere that suggests you are in control. If the bulb is broken, this is where the tone changes slightly. Stop moving. Confirm again that the power is off. If there is any uncertainty, turn off the breaker. Electricity does not reward confidence. Put on gloves. If only the metal base remains, grip it gently with needle nose pliers and turn counterclockwise. Slowly, predictably. This is not the time for improvisation, household folklore, or vegetables. If the socket appears damaged, scorched, or emotionally unwell, stop. The ceiling has crossed into professional territory, and it knows it. Dispose of the remains carefully. They are not souvenirs. Step 4. Install the new light bulb. Take the new bulb, which required more thought than anyone admits, and verify that it matches the fixture. The difficult decisions are behind you now. Hold the bulb by the base or lower portion. Touching the glass is unnecessary, and, for certain bulbs, actively discouraged by science. Guide the bulb into the socket and align the threads carefully. Alignment is not optional. A misaligned bulb will resist in ways that feel personal but are not. Turn the bulb clockwise. The motion should be smooth and cooperative. If it is not, stop. Remove the bulb. Try again. This is not a strength test. Some bulbs are installed by aligning pins, pressing gently, and twisting a short distance until they lock, or by seating them fully until the fixture accepts them. Use minimal pressure and let alignment do the work. A bulb that resists installation is not defective. It is asking to be approached correctly. Continue installing until the bulb is snug. This is the end. Do not continue turning out of habit, suspicion, or spite. Over-tightening is how bulbs become permanent residents. If the fixture belongs to a ceiling fan, reattach any glass covers or shades with care. Support the glass fully while tightening screws or finials. Tighten until secure, then stop. Do not crank them like you are sealing a submarine hatch. Lower your arm. Step down carefully. Create distance between yourself and the fixture. This space is both practical and symbolic. You are finished touching it. At this stage, the exchange is complete. The old bulb has been removed. The new bulb is in place. Step 5. The final test. Controlled illumination. Step back from the fixture. Not dramatically, just enough to indicate that you no longer need to be directly underneath it in order to feel in control. Extend your hand toward the switch. Flip it. If the light turns on, pause. Do not celebrate. This is not a victory so much as a confirmation that the universe is still willing to cooperate under certain conditions. Observe the room as it becomes illuminated again. Notice how the shadows retreat, how the corners reveal themselves, how everything looks exactly the same as it did before the bulb failed, which is the goal. If the light does not turn on, turn the switch off calmly and resist assigning blame. Recheck the breaker, recheck the bulb, recheck the fixture. Consider the possibility that the ceiling is asking for more attention than you intended to give it today. Assuming success, turn the light off once more. This final act is important. It demonstrates authority. The light works, but only when you say so. At this point, the task is complete. You have replaced a light bulb, which sounds simple until you consider everything you did to make it uneventful. You planned, you climbed, you aligned threads, you resisted over-tightening, you interacted with glass and electricity and gravity without incident. The room is bright again, the ceiling is calm, and no further discussion is necessary. If you enjoyed this video, gently tap the like button, whisper your thoughts into the comments, and consider subscribing so you don't miss whatever this turns into next.